Denmark's crown in crisis, the scandal that could end King Frederik's reign. Welcome to BNews. In the hallowed halls of one of Europe's oldest monarchies, a storm is raging, one that threatens to shake the foundations of Denmark's royal legacy. What began as whispers behind palace walls has exploded into a full-blown scandal capable of ending King Frederik's reign. This is not just royal gossip, this is a crisis with far-reaching consequences for Denmark's monarchy, its political landscape, and its people. Today, we bring you an exclusive, in-depth look at the scandal rocking the Danish crown and ask the question on everyone's lips: could this be the final chapter of King Frederik's rule? Before we dive into the heart of this unfolding drama, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to BNews, and join our growing community for the latest royal news and analysis. Your support helps us keep delivering in-depth, trustworthy reports on stories like this one. Now, let's unravel the crisis gripping Denmark's monarchy. For decades, King Frederik has stood as a symbol of continuity, tradition, and modernity, balancing Denmark's proud royal heritage with the demands of the 21st century. His reign has been marked by diplomatic grace, environmental advocacy, and a commitment to the Danish people. Yet beneath this public persona lies a scandal of unprecedented magnitude, one that threatens to unravel the very fabric of his monarchy and cast a long shadow over Denmark's future. The scandal first surfaced through a series of anonymous leaks that hinted at a breach of trust at the highest levels of the royal family. These leaks have since been substantiated by multiple insider sources, revealing troubling details of secret dealings, personal betrayals, and questionable alliances that have never before been disclosed. The palace initially tried to downplay the controversy, but the tide of public opinion has surged against the crown, demanding answers. At the core of the crisis is a complex web of events involving King Frederik's closest confidants, key political figures, and individuals from the king's private life. This network of relationships appears to have been leveraged for personal gain, casting doubts on the integrity and transparency expected of a constitutional monarch. The implications are serious. A monarch whose private affairs potentially undermine public trust risks losing not only credibility but the very throne he occupies. As details emerged, royal observers noted a pattern of secrecy and obfuscation. King Frederik, once seen as an open and progressive monarch, now faces accusations of deliberately hiding critical information from both his family and the public. This perceived betrayal of trust is at the heart of the scandal, fueling calls for accountability and even for abdication. The question now looms: can Frederik regain the public's confidence, or has the damage been done? Queen Mary, Denmark's beloved consort, finds herself in an increasingly difficult position. Known for her diplomatic poise and ability to manage public relations, Mary's response to the crisis has been cautious but firm. Her public statements emphasize unity and resilience, but insiders suggest her private dealings with the king are fraught with tension and uncertainty. The future of their marriage, and by extension, the monarchy, now hangs in the balance. Public reaction has been swift and divided. Social media platforms are awash with commentary, ranging from staunch royalist defense to fierce demands for reform or even abolition of the monarchy. Denmark's citizens, proud of their heritage yet increasingly skeptical of royal privilege, reflect a microcosm of global attitudes towards hereditary rule in modern democracies. This scandal has reignited debates about the relevance and accountability of monarchies worldwide. Political leaders have been compelled to address the issue publicly. While the monarchy remains constitutionally separate from the government, the scandal's ripple effects reach into Denmark's parliamentary corridors. Discussions are underway about possible reforms to royal oversight and transparency, highlighting a growing desire within political ranks to ensure that the monarchy serves the public interest unequivocally. Journalists and investigators have delved deeper into King Frederik's past, uncovering previously hidden aspects of his reign that shed light on the scandal. These revelations suggest that the crisis did not arise overnight but is the culmination of years of guarded secrets and decisions made behind closed doors. Understanding this context is crucial to grasping the full magnitude of the scandal's potential fallout. Experts in royal affairs emphasize that this crisis represents a critical juncture for Denmark's monarchy. Monarchies today must balance tradition with transparency, symbolism with accountability. King Frederik's scandal challenges this balance in dramatic fashion. The institution now faces a choice: adapt to new realities or risk becoming obsolete in the eyes of a changing populace. The international community is watching closely. Denmark's royal family has long been a respected symbol on the global stage, exemplifying stability and modern constitutional monarchy. This scandal threatens that reputation and invites scrutiny from royal observers worldwide. The ramifications could extend beyond Denmark, influencing how monarchies in other countries approach transparency and governance. Behind palace walls, the crisis management teams have been activated, crafting responses aimed at damage control and regaining public trust. These efforts include carefully timed public appearances, strategic statements, and attempts to refocus attention on the monarchy's charitable and cultural contributions. However, skepticism remains, and the palace faces an uphill battle to restore confidence. The media's role in this scandal cannot be overstated. With the proliferation of digital platforms and 24/7 news cycles, royal stories spread rapidly and widely, amplifying public pressure. This dynamic means the monarchy's response must be swift, transparent, and sincere to effectively counteract damaging narratives. The scandal also prompts deeper questions about royal privacy in the digital age. How much of the monarch's personal life should be shielded from public view? Where is the line between necessary confidentiality and the public's right to know? This ongoing debate highlights the tension between the monarchy's historical mystique and the contemporary demand for openness. In response to growing public unrest, calls for a formal investigation into King Frederik's conduct have gained momentum. Opposition politicians, advocacy groups, and some royal commentators argue that transparency and justice are paramount, even if it means exposing uncomfortable truths about the monarchy. The palace's willingness to cooperate or resist this scrutiny may prove decisive. Meanwhile, the Danish people are left grappling with their feelings of loyalty, betrayal, and uncertainty. For many, the monarchy is a symbol of national identity and pride. For others, it represents an outdated institution struggling to justify its place in a modern democracy. This scandal forces a reckoning with these conflicting emotions and the future of the crown itself. Amid this tumult, Queen Mary's image as a stabilizing force shines brighter. Her efforts to maintain dignity and compassion in public appearances have helped soften some of the scandal's harshest blows. Yet the strain is palpable, and her influence may be the monarchy's best hope for navigating this crisis successfully. Royal historians suggest that Denmark's crown has weathered storms before, but the current scandal differs in its scale and potential consequences. It serves as a reminder that monarchies, though steeped in tradition, are not immune to the pressures of transparency and accountability demanded by contemporary society. Looking ahead, King Frederik faces an uncertain path. Will he confront the scandal head-on, offering full disclosure and seeking redemption? Or will he retreat into silence, risking further erosion of public trust and possibly his throne? The coming weeks and months will be critical in determining his legacy. The palace's next moves will be closely scrutinized by a vigilant public and a hungry press. Effective crisis management, including honesty, openness, and visible efforts to rebuild trust, will be essential to salvage the monarchy's reputation. Failure to do so could usher in a new era where Denmark's crown is no longer seen as untouchable. As this royal drama unfolds, the global audience is reminded of the fragile balance monarchies must maintain between past glory and present realities. Denmark's crown is in crisis, and the resolution will resonate far beyond its borders. As we conclude this report, we invite you to reflect and engage. Do you believe King Frederik can overcome this scandal and restore faith in the monarchy, or is this the beginning of the end for Denmark's royal reign? What should be the role of monarchy in a modern democratic society? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications to stay updated with BNews on this ongoing story and more.